My name is Bruna. I'm originally from Portugal, so I'm Portuguese, but I moved to the UK in 2018. I did my master's degree in film directing, and yeah, I've been there ever since, kind of working a little bit here and there. My main role earlier when I started working was a development assistant for a production company. So that's where I kind of started, and that's where my first job in film really helped me. First of all, with my career was, getting me through the development, world, which I didn't really know about. And now currently I also am a video editor and I'm a writer director. So I'm kind of like trying to evolve and maybe leave the development world a little bit behind and try and get into, more what I want to do, which is writing and directing. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of working for free, doing a lot of things, without necessarily expecting a return right away. But it's something that I love doing so much, and I know it's what I want, eventually be paid for, and I want to fully commit myself to being a writer director. So I know that the steps to get there are a necessity. But yeah, it's a lot of like gathering the right people. I'm working with a great team of creatives, producers, other writers, and just making as many connections as you can. And then from there, you start, letting people know about you and what you've done in the past and your work, and people start opening doors as well. Because, making those connections means whenever they get the opportunity, you might get the opportunity as well, if they remember you. So it's a lot about, connections, a lot about working in passion projects and hustling to get them made. So yeah, that's essentially what I'm trying to do. So we're in middle of pre-production for a short film currently, and I have, I think, about 2 other directing jobs lined up for the future for this year. So that's kind of what I'm going slowly getting there. As a director with pre-production, what I did was, because I'm a writer as well, but I didn't write this particular short film. Essentially, we had been working on it for a long time. I started as a writer for a TV show with the same story, and then eventually we decided to do a short film with it. And I was like, please let me direct it, because I was really itching to direct something. And basically, we had a lot of meetings about the story and the script and how to make the script, short and condensed and focused, because, with a short film, you want there to be a beginning, middle, of an end in a very short period. You're not looking for cliffhangers or anything like that. So we really had we had like, I think 6 months of just working on this script. And then after that was, locked, we're now kind of gathering all of our crew, all of our team. We're crowdfunding for the film, so we're trying to get that funding in place. We prepared a schedule, so when are we filming, when are we not? And basically what I've been doing is meetings every week, just with the new people that come in the team, trying to get stuff done, doing casting, putting together a casting call, at the same time as, gathering kit for filming and talking to my director of photography, doing shot lists. So yeah, you have to do a lot of things, but it's a lot of small things at first, and you want to be as prepared as possible. So the longest you have for preparation and pre-production, the better. So that's what we're trying to do, is like prepare as much as we can, so when we get on set, it's all good and we don't have as many problems as we would have if we weren't prepared. my advice for someone trying to get in, into film, and especially into a bigger role like a director or a writer, I would say, it's a lot about connections. Go to these social networking events, try and get, as many people to know you as you can. I started working in development, so that meant that I met a lot of producers and a lot of people that I can now, call back. And if I need anything, if I need advice, that's another thing. Surround yourself with professionals, and don't be afraid to ask. So don't be afraid to contact someone you admire and ask for advice, because in the end, those people have been there. They know what you're going through. So almost everyone will be willing to help you and to push you and give you the best advice possible. I would say also, don't push yourself too hard. So if you're not being successful right away, that's totally normal. No one is. Everyone has a slow journey, especially in the film industry. That's why most famous directors we see are, over 40, over 50 years old, because it's a process and it's a long journey. And connect with people, go out there and don't give up, keep doing it, because it's a very hard industry to get into, and to keep a positive mind, because you do get a lot of rejection. But in the end, if you have a passion project you really want to make, just make it. And I know it's not easy, because sometimes you need money, and that I've been through there. I didn't direct for 3 years because I just couldn't afford to do any sort of project like that. And even now with the short film I'm making, we are crowdfunding, so we don't necessarily have the funding in place. But it's also a matter of creativity. I'm, for example, on the platform TikTok, I do 1-minute short films every week, and it's something I film in my bedroom with my own camera. And you gather admirers that way, and you gather a portfolio that way, even if it is just shooting stuff on your phone in your bedroom. So yeah, just go out there and make whatever it is, just make it. My first job in film helped me, first of all, because I didn't really know how to get into the industry, because I moved from my home country of Portugal to the UK. I did my master's degree, and then I didn't know anyone and I was kind of a little bit lost. And so I signed up to my first job in film, kind of because I was looking for platforms that were meant for beginners, which is a rare thing, because other job platforms, a lot of the jobs are meant for mid-level people, and that the people who are posting on my first job in film, they know that these are probably inexperienced beginners. So one of the things was that I wanted to do an internship and work experience, but I really didn't know how to do that. And when I signed up to my first job in film, a lot of the opportunities there were work experience with production companies. And so I actually got 3 work experiences through my first job in film. So I went all out. I was like, you know what? I'm unemployed. I have nothing to do, but I need to work. I need to do something with my time. So I did one with a production company, and the job was basically reading scripts and giving feedback, which I loved. It was like, oh, amazing. This is perfect for me. I ended up getting another internship right after. So I did another one with another company. And that one lasted for, I think, 6 weeks. So they wanted to keep hiring me. Then after that, I got my 3rd work experience. And on my 3rd work experience, I actually got a job offer from both that company and from the company of my 2nd work experience. So I ended up doing, I think, a few weeks on each company. And then that led to a full-time job. And I had 2 offers waiting for me. So I kind of went with one. So yeah, like that was really helpful because, and also it was right before the pandemic. So whenever I started working full time with that last production company that I took the offer from, I got to actually support myself through the pandemic, which was, a big relief. And it was all because, my first job in film provided those opportunities, because I really didn't see on any other platform work experiences being, advertised. I think a lot of production companies want to have the beginners and the people with less experience come in and help. And there wasn't any other platform that would offer that. So that's kind of how it helped me. And then, in my full-time job, I developed my skills. I developed also my editing skills because they saw that I was good at development and they saw that I was good at giving feedback on scripts and reading scripts, but I was also able to prove other skill sets that I had. And, that led me to do a lot of cool things. And yeah, here I am today. My advice for someone who's starting to use the platform is definitely try and get your CV and your cover letter kind of direct them to the job that you want. So custom make them to the job that you want if you want to see it that way. But I know it's a lot of work, but it's honestly gonna make you stand out. If you talk in your cover letter, just say, oh, I love your company because I love this film that you make, for example. Just make it personalized to each job, to each company. Do not limit yourself. If you don't know what you want to do yet, just go for it. Apply to trainee jobs or work experiences or internships. If you read the job description and you think, oh, this is something I might like to do, just go for it. And of course, engage with the people in the community. And I know my first job in film has some resources, even, to get your CV in shape. Make sure you use that because obviously they know what they're doing. And, they're getting a lot of beginners into the industry. So it's definitely good advice worth following.